was Sunday morning last fall. And for some odd reason, I decided to dive into the latest study from McKinsey. I was shaking my head in shock, and I could feel myself getting physically ill as I read that even though women are over half of the workforce today, only 35% of top leadership positions are filled by women. Now, for Latinas like me, the story is really sad because we only make 1% of that pie. For over 20 years, I have been championing women both in corporations and small business through mentorship, coaching, and workshops. And I was sad, almost to the point of tears, to realize those statistics were not only heart-piercing, but also accurate. I knew because for 20 years, I worked myself to death. And I cried myself to sleep many nights trying to make it to the top. I almost gave up on my American dream as an immigrant until one cold Alaskan afternoon, October 2020, everything changed. At first, I was in shock. I didn't know what to say, what to think, or how to act. I for sure thought I was daydreaming, so I had to pinch myself. It hurt. And that actually let me realize that I was pretty much awake, and that only meant one thing. I had made it. That accomplishment was remarkable because that day I became one of those few females to make it to top leadership positions. But even better, that day I became the first Latina vice president at the largest telecommunications company in Anchorage, and likely in the whole state of Alaska. Now you can clap. I felt as if I was invited to participate in King Arthur's Round Table. And the title that was bestowed upon me granted me the influence I needed to empower more women, to pave a way for them. And that movement that I created revolved foundationally about creating space. But space in this sense wasn't about creating emptiness, but filling the workplace with positive change. My acronym for SPACE stands for Standards, Protection, Awareness, Culture, and Expression. And with my years of consulting and coaching, I realized these are the foundational pillars that we need to empower women of all backgrounds and ages. Today I want to share with you how you can use these 5 pillars in your organization so you too can empower women. Let's read.
Let's go.
The first pillar, standards. But I'm not talking about any standards. They must be enforced standards. And when you have these, you create safe working places for women, which are essential to reduce harassment complaints and elevate overall employee morale, reducing turnover rates. The second pillar is protection, in a way of strong support systems and mentorship. And this is essential because McKinsey shows that when companies have this structure in place, they can expect to see up to 30% more women in top leadership positions. Then we have awareness, which you can achieve with regular, listen carefully, regular is the keyword here, training on topics such as diversity, inclusion, unconscious bias, and bystander intervention, leading to increasing innovation and creativity by up to 70%. Now, awareness sets up the 4 pillar beautifully, which is culture. And companies that have a positive culture, not one that just accepts diversity, but celebrates it, are known to attract top talent and have higher productivity and engagement by up to 27%. And last but not least, we have the 5th pillar, which is expression. And this is when all of you are going to make sure the voices of women in your organization are heard and considered. So I know everyone here, like me, believes in empowered women. And I also know that the concepts that we are discussing about here today resonate with you. But if we want to make a big impact, we gotta stop just thinking and we have to get into action. And that's what I have a challenge for you today. I would like to invite you to write on a piece of paper the name of one person you are committing to speak about creating space for women in your organization. Maya Angelou said, do the best you can until you know better. And then when you know better, do better. Today, as we discuss the space framework, standards, protection, awareness, culture, and expression, you learn better. Let's use this knowledge to create workplaces where anyone, including women, feel valued and empowered.